Hello. Now we are going to talk about Incoterms 2020. My name is Humaira. I retired from State Bank. I regularly take sessions for CDCS, Certified Documentary Credit Specialist. A number of participants from different banks around the globe have succeeded getting a very good distinction marks. And I'm happy to launch the site Success to CDCS. You can visit my website for the complete material for preparation for CDCS. You will find all the 25 chapters video recorded. You will get all the PowerPoint presentations, all the document examination, including the basket and simulation questions with explanation. You will also find a number of practice tests. All this enables you for the success in the examination. In the meantime, I thought of sharing with you all these Incoterms 2020, which started this year in January 2020. In the previous slides, I have explained to you there are 11 Incoterms. So I've also explained to you the different Incoterms on X work, then on FAS, free alongside ship, then free on board, then we have also done with C, that is CFR, then CIF, CPT, and now I'm explaining in this video about CIP, carriage and insurance paid. And we all know that Incoterm stands for International Commercial Terms, brought out by ICC, International Chamber of Commerce. And there is an importer in Pune, India. Now, the exporter from the exporting country to export the goods, it undergoes a process with various stages. He has to take the goods from Beijing, China, you can see on the left side, from his warehouse. He has to take the goods in the local inland transportation to the port, and then there is the ocean freight charges, or the ocean freight it goes through, or it can also be through air freight or road or rail freight. Then after arriving in Mumbai, again the customs, the local inland transportation, finally to the importer's destination place. So what is that which is very important in Incoterms? A very important key word is the delivery point, where the seller transfers the responsibility to the buyer. So there are three key words, that is the cost, risk and responsibility. What so let us really do? They talk about the obligations related to buyer and seller, the various risks, the cost, which party is responsible for packing, loading, export clearance, origin terminal charges, the carriage charges, the loading and unloading, then the import duty, customs, and finally to the destination. So at which delivery point is the responsibility transferred from the seller to the... So here in the 11 Incoterms, we have 4 Incoterms in the exporting country, EXW and 3F, FCA, free carrier, FAS, free alongside ship, FOB, free on board. We have 4 Incoterms with the letter C, that is the main carriage paid, cost and freight, cost, insurance and freight, and CPT, carriage paid too, and CIP, carriage and insurance paid. Finally, we have the 3 Incoterms with the letter D in the import destination country. DPU, delivered at place, unloaded, delivered at place, delivered duty paid. You can see that there are 2 colors used. One is green, another is red. And the red, you can see the words, beside that the word port is written. So it means that it is used only for ocean transport. FAS, FOB, CFR and CIF. Whereas when you come to the green, you see X work place, free carrier place, CPT, CIP place, DPU, DAP, DDP place, which means these are used for other modes of transport. Whereas the four words FAS, free alongside ship, free on board, cost and freight, cost, insurance and freight. These are used only for ocean transport. So in this video we will be talking about CIP, carriage and insurance pay. The word place is put there on the slide. Can you see on the top? CIP place. So we have the exporter on the left side in Beijing, China. We have on the right side the importer Pune in our slide. So CIP can be used for any mode of transport. You can see in the center there is an aircraft, there is a vessel, sea vessel, there is a truck, which shows that CIP can be used for any mode of transport. It could be by road, it could be by sea, it could be by air, up to any point of delivery. For ocean delivery, CIP is used for all containerized cargo, whereas for bulk cargoes like iron ore, wheat, CIF is used. So what does the seller do? The seller arranges the transportation and costs to the named place of destination. That is why it is written place, named place of destination. But you see, once the seller, that is the exporter, he loads the goods on the truck, the inland transport, at the first carrier, the risk is transferred to the buyer. So risk is transferred to the buyer once delivered at the first carrier. The seller must also procure here CIP, the word I is used, which shows that the seller must procure extensive insurance cover. And in this Incoterms 2020, this cover is including Institute Cargo Clauses A, all risk. Institute Cargo Clauses A talks about all risks. So, the seller arranges the transportation and cost to the named place of destination. So if I write CIP XYZ Terminal Mumbai, that means the seller has paid the cost up to XYZ Terminal Mumbai. If we write only CIP Shanghai, that means he has paid only till Shanghai. So from XYZ Terminal Mumbai, the buyer is responsible for transportation to his factory. So this is a very important Incoterm where the insurance is there covered, and so the seller, what are the responsibilities of the seller? At his warehouse, he does the packing, then loading on the inland transport, loading charges, delivery to the port, he pays the customs, fraud forwarder charges, if it is a handling any logistics, cargo, then origin terminal charges at the port, then he pays the carriage charges, then an important cover, what does he take? Insurance, then destination terminal charges. So CIP is covering the transportation and cost by the seller to the named place of destination. But where is the risk transferred? Once it is delivered to the first carrier. These two things we need to have a clarity in this Incoterm CIP. With this, we have covered all the four Incoterms starting with the letter C. And we should also note in Incoterms CIF, it keeps the insurance requirement clause C, whereas in CIP it has increased the insurance to clause A. So this is the important difference between CIF and CIP, the insurance coverage. Why is this insurance increased in CIP? Why did they take it to clause A? Because more commodities, bulk trades are happening in CIP. CIP multimodal term, often used for manufactured goods. So the CIP Incoterm rule is similar to CPT, carriage paid to, and one important difference is the seller takes out maximum insurance cover. Institute Cargo Clauses A or by air, it will be Institute Cargo Clauses Air. So the seller must give the buyer any insurance document that the buyer needs in case the buyer needs to claim under that insurance. So this is the important change that we find in Incoterms 2020, where the Institute Cargo Clauses A is used for CIP. With this, I thank you for CIP.